Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jewel. We are on part 4 of our the tutorial series of this accordion cover journal. There's the side. So I will list parts 1 through 3 below. The last session we were preparing our pages and adding pockets, and I think I got cut off. I had a phone call come in and it just cut my video off. So anyways, we're going to move on. I'm just going to quickly go through. We did this together. I know that pocket, and we did a couple of these flips, and okay, this I think we put up there. And then what I did is, I got to sew this. I went to the machine and I secured, let me have a seat, secured the pockets we had put in, and then I finished the second signature with pockets. So you will have already seen the full flip through of this, so I did add a couple more flips and things like that. And then I came in and then, like I said, it sewed the pockets, sewed the doily down and whatnot. So this is ready to be decorated, and I'll do a partial decoration of the pages before I sew it in, and I'll do the finishing touches after it's sewed in. And as you can see, we have not done any embellishment on any of the cover, the front or the back. So the second signature, I did a belly band here, and then added the similar flips the same way I did the other ones with the envelope, only this one I added a extra pocket in. And you know what, we could do that with this one. So all I did with that is I took one of my pieces of ephemera, okay, and I just glued it around, and then you have the tuck spot here. Of course, you have the large tuck spot in here, okay, and then of course the tuck spot there, and then you flip this and we have a tuck spot here. And did I make a tuck spot there? No, this is just, yeah, and the tuck spot here, yeah, right there. Okay, so there's a lot of tucks in these little flips. So I think I did the same thing. No, I just did a flip off the back, and then of course on both signatures is the same thing as we went over last one. Okay, I've got a stack, some trims over here. I have a few stamps that actually, this is a sewing machine and this is a dress form, so I pulled those out. And then I had prepared all my ephemera, and most of this, some came from the Graphics Fairy, but most of this, I showed you this, I made a envelope out of a pattern, the instructions for the pattern. And most of these came from Leanna Scraps, so, not Leanna Scraps, I'm sorry, Tailor Made Journals. So the digitals came from Leanna Scraps. So this is all vintage, vintage ephemera having to do with sewing. And some are backed on cardstock. Well, they're all backed on something. So, and then I inked everything. So I took a lot of time for that. And then I did sew some of them. Okay, so just, and there's something else about the sewing. Since this is a sewing theme journal, I have gone in and I did decorate a few of the pages with some fancy sewing. Also, let me see if I can find one. I had these fun, see if I can find one where I did the page. I know I did it on several. I embossed the paper. Okay, see, now this I have to ink. I want to show you what this looks like when it's inked. I think I have a little bit of ink on here. And this is a little Rickrack Stitch that I embossed. It's a little, let me see, I can grab it and show you. I got these a long time ago, but they might still be available from, I think, Amazon, but they're from Cuttlebug. This one, it's buttons, and this one is a zigzag stitch. I think they came in a set of 3, and then there's another one with a wavy stitch. So I did that on some of the pages just for, you know, I like to add a little texture in, you know, that's why sometimes I will do, you know, a little texture paste and things like that. I did add some belly bands. We prepared one of these together, and I did sew the front and the back. So there's a pocket here, and then again on the other side. Okay, so let's go ahead and I might add a few of these in. I've got some trims over here. I want to do a lot of Rickrack trim because that has, you know, to me that's just like sewing. Let me here. I have this. And then I have this really cute, and I had done a couple of sewing journals, this fabric, and you can see it's vintage sewing, and I'll do a fabric flip in here. I have quite a bit of this, and I also, and you don't, any fabric would be fun to use in this because, you know, we're talking about sewing, and then I made some fabric ribbons, on the machine. Now you don't have to sew these. You can actually glue these, and they're so easy to do. For those of you that are new, you just do this, okay? And you could glue in here, and you could glue in here, and then you can glue in there, and then you have these really cute fabric or trim ribbons. They're cute on the side of the page. They're cute in all sorts of places. So I did do some of that. And I probably should have done some here. I have my scrap box here. I keep, when I'm embellishing pages, I will pull from that, especially if I'm going to do a little cluster or a collage. And with that, let's get started. So I'm going to move this back. I'm thinking, do I want to add a little trim? Let's go ahead while we have this here. We did this pocket together here. And that's the inside front cover. Okay, so this flips here. This is actually the inside front cover, and I showed you how to do this wavy stitch. And I might take this to the machine after, right all the way around. So we can add a little trim here, and I have this light pink Rickrack right here. And that kind of goes real cute. I'll just run a little trim. I think we'll just run it right there. I don't know if you can hear my dogs chewing their bones in the background. But I had to keep them quiet because trash truck at this time of day, they're actually late. They were supposed to come yesterday. Mail truck. So anything to keep them quiet while I'm recording these videos. Alright, so we have just a little trim there. And whatever I tuck in here, I'll probably add a similar trim. Okay, then we have this, and I think what I'd like to do here is I have a lot of this fun, I think this ephemera as well. I think this is Graphics Fairy here. So this is I'm gonna add thread, wind some thread around that. I have these fun little tickets. This is so cute. So I'm just looking through here. That kind of works real well there. That says buttons, and let's put a little something under it. Cheesecloth is always easy. It's right there. So I'll add a little cheesecloth under that. And you guys decorate your, embellish your books with what you have. This is just basically just some ideas. So we're just going to work on this, and then we'll do a few pages, but I wanted to show you some fun elements of ephemera to put in here that are just a little different. This looks like a hot mess. This is from the Stamperia paper pad that I used. And that's the cover and the coin envelopes that were used as the accordion cover. Oops, let me make sure I'm in the middle here. So this arch, look at how well that goes. This is a die cut down there. And speaking of buttons, let me grab my jar of buttons. And some wax seals. All things I usually pull to decorate. I can put a little button over here. I don't want to take time with threading it and all of that, but let's pick one out real quick and see. And you know, wouldn't it be nice if someday I could sort these by color? I'm gonna go through this and find, ooh, this one's, whoops, this little one right here maybe. I think I have a flatter little pink one in here, a pale pink that I'm going to put there. So we'll put a button there, and I'll add a little, I like to add, instead of thread, I like to add some embroidery floss. Okay, so we've got that, and we want to add, let's add a little trim here and see, okay, I have this rickrack, or let me grab my crocheted thread. And I have, okay, I have my big trim drawer over here. Some sari might be pretty, but I don't want to bulk it out too much because these are going to hold things. All of the coin envelopes that we added, so I don't want to bulk it out too much. So let me just see what I have here. Like this. Here, let me just get a piece of this. Okay, let's see how much we need. I'm going to do it this way. Just run that right down there. I feel like this project is really, for some reason, I think it's taking me a long time, and I think it's because of the amount of time it took to do, I'm doing 2 of these books, and I kind of put the other one aside because I was realizing it was just going to be, I'm too far in between my series right now, because I'm doing it different where I'm filming the whole series before I upload even the first, you know, part 1, the first part, because I had some feedback that you all kind of liked seeing the finished project first. So it just seems like it's just taking forever. So, okay. Let's go back to here. We had add this little needles here. By the time we add, let me show you what it looks like in this one. We add all of our pieces of ephemera. I don't think we're gonna need anything else on the page. Okay, so we're gonna fill it up just like this. Now, I'm gonna show you this real fun, I've got some things here. I have this acetate satin blanket binding. This is vintage. And so is this one, and this is these are both like this is a blanket bias tape kind of, and this is this. I'm going to show you something really cute to make out of these. So, and I made these for my last sewing journals. These are the last two of these I have. So I'm going to glue the bottom of these down right here, and we're going to make a little pocket. Actually, this could be a double pocket, couldn't it? If I just do that. And look how cute this one is. I think this one fits in here. Yes, this is a little spool. So, look how cute that is. And let me see, I added, there it is. I have, this one's different. I don't know where I got that one from. So, isn't that 19 cents? Yeah, you know how old these are. So that's a little idea for a sweet little piece of ephemera. And tucking that in there, you know, I'm gonna go all the way down and tuck some fun things in there. So that's that idea. Then let's make something else since I'm here before we go on with the decorating. I have these, okay, I have this cute little piece of ephemera, and I think this might have been, this was either, see, it folds over like this, 60 assorted gold and silver eye needles and threader. So I thought what I would do with that is I would take my cellophane tape that I make, my vintage tape, you know, aged looking tape, and excuse my reach, grab a few needles, some of my little tiny ones, and I'm just going to put them and put the tape over the top and fold it up with a clip and pop it in a pocket just to make it look you know, I wish I would have, you know, even more fun would have been to rust these, which I haven't done in a long time. All right. Let's see. I think I'll just add 3 needles. This is a little fiddly. Add a piece of my tape. When I make this tape, I just put the pieces on that parchment paper. And there. Isn't that cute? And then I'll take a little Tim Holtz. This is what I'm thinking. Clip. And then this is so cute to go in a pocket. You can take the needles out and you can, or leave them in, and you can journal right on there. Just a fun little, so we've got 2 unique pieces of ephemera to put in there. Okay, now also these round, I got these round, this is part of the Stamperia paper. You can see the back of it. And I thought I would make a fun little booklet out of these. So I'm thinking, well, let me see. I've got some extra paper here. And let me keep that doubled. I'm going to, I have a die cut in this size, but you know what? I'm not going to pull it out. And to me, this is fine. So I'm just going to trace right around here. thinking I have, yeah, I have one more. Just going to cut these out. And we're going to use to secure these, I'm going to hinge that cover. I'll go right on the inside so the paper doesn't jut out. I'm going to use some of that same muslin fabric that I hinged the coin envelopes together to the cover of the journal. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Just trying to think outside the box. And then I'll probably just staple these together. So I think what I'll do, you know what? Why don't I just staple the whole thing? Yeah, we'll just put a little staple in it. Or sew it. Could come and sew right across here, or you could have a flip up as opposed to a side flip. Let me think. I think I'll have it to the side. Okay, so this says handmade with love. My soul is fed with needle and thread. That's so cute. Oops. Oh, that did not. I see. That did not take. Ah, broke the staple. Let's try it again. Oh, I'm having a problem. There's something wrong with my stapler. Let me look in here and see. Got these cheap staples. I like them because, darn it, because they're rose gold color. But they haven't been great. So I think I'll just do it this way. Well, still not great. I'm gonna have to come and play with that. But you get the idea. So then we have this cute little booklet. And actually, I think what I'm gonna do is take that out, and I don't like this showing. I think I'm gonna glue a piece here and glue a piece on the front. That's what I'm gonna do. So glue that, and then I'll add two more. That way you can write on the front of the back of the cover too. All right, let me put this aside so you get the gist of that. So there's 3 other fun things, and I have one more thing, and it's somewhere on my desk. Here it is. This is fun, and I think this was in that set from Leanna Scraps, and it says Thimble People, Sewing Bird, Mr. Silver Thimble, and it goes on. It is all of the, like, B for buttonhole, S for scissors. So I thought what I would do with this is these are 2 pieces of ephemera. They go together. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little Tim Holtz brad, and that's fine, antique silver. Either use your pokey tool or whatever, and I'm just going to take this right here in the corner and okay, and there we've got, let's see if I can get that bent down a little bit, the little thimble people. Okay, so I'm trying to think, anything else over here? I'm going to wrap some, might as well do that now, that's cute. Got some embroidery floss, or we could just use some crochet thread. let me do a, I could do this pale pink. I have so many scraps in here. I have not taken the time to, and here, I'm going to use the brown. Because I thought that, and then as you can see, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little take a piece of my fake vintage tape, and that way this doesn't come undone, and just secure this right there, and then wrap it around. See if I can tuck this back under back there. I'll just tuck it. Let me just see if I can pop it in with this. No. Take my pokey tool. Just tuck it underneath. I guess just this thread's splitting, so, which it's supposed to do if you know any, if you do embroidery, it does. I'll get that under there better. But then that will be another piece of ephemera. So let me push these aside, and we're going to go on with decorating the pages. Now, I do have some fun offcuts over here, and then some other pieces of ephemera, and we don't have to decorate every page, but I definitely want to do the pockets. I want to do another tuck here, so let me grab my stack. She's adorable. Put that, and then we've got a good tuck right in there. So let's go ahead and secure that down. So we're making the most of this pocket and this flip and pocket and tuck spot here. Oh, shucks. I just glued on the wrong side. Let me see if I can put this somewhere else. Nope, I gotta take that glue off. If you move fast enough, and you've got a handy wet one, you can get that glue off. Let's try this again. Okay. So I gotta glue up this side. Make sure that's not tacky. That's pretty good. Okay. So then we're gonna have a tuck spot here and the tuck spot there and the tuck spot, of course, this in here. Oops, sticking. I've got to, I gotta work that. It's right in the middle. Whoa, you know what I did? I wasn't thinking. I sewed that down. Well, we have a little tuck spot here when I sewed this pocket. So you're seeing things real time. This is the kind of stuff that happens. So I didn't think over that, but the back pocket, I left open. So we could do a little there. You could use that as a tuck spot or leave the whole thing closed. You know, That happens. Okay, moving on. I added a little thread here. This is a good place to add a stamp. Let me just clean the back of this. Now, I'm going to show you something. If these don't stick good, if you wipe the back with alcohol, if this surface doesn't cling to your, let me get a smaller one, to your acrylic blocks, if you rub the back with some alcohol, it'll help it to stick again. Okay, I want to use black, and I'm going to show you something for those of you that want to get a good stamped image. These stamping blocks work really well, and I think that's what they're called, and I got it off of Amazon. So you usually get a pretty good, especially if you're stamping on coffee dyed paper, because it's wrinkled. Unless you iron it, you don't always get the best. That's pretty good. Okay, so there's that. And moving on. It's a good place to write there. Let me move this because I want to see what I have over here. I have some fun elements. It's printed vellum. Okay, this is so plain here. Where's my other little stamp? I had one more stamp, this little dress form. Let's do a dress form here. I think I'll run this. I like this, I think I'll do this. And I'm just going to tear it here and tear it here. Could make that into, let me tear a little bit more here. I'm not going to do the stamp, I'm just going to do this. And I want to ink this. Where's my inker? Here it is. And I think I'll just use Vintage Photo. And this could be like a little belly band too, but I don't think we're gonna need any more. I think it's gonna, I've got so many pockets in this. I don't want it to end up being what do you call that? I don't know, a gator mouth or whatever you call that. I don't want that, so. Not a fan of that. Not at all. I saw a, I didn't watch the video, but somebody put out a video of how to redo your spine if, as you're working in your journal gets too thick and you want to make how to widen the spine without wrecking your journal. I might come in at a little zigzag stitch on that. Okay, so I added this little pocket, 2 machines in one, lock stitch, and so that speaks for itself right there, because you know, what we pop in here is going to, okay, let's add a little trim on this pocket up here. I want, once again, these are so cute. I have these little tickets. A little pocket in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I think I'm just going to add a little bit. You know, I've got this too. I'm thinking out loud. I just cut a piece of this. I'll put this on an angle, and then I'm going to use this as a little tuck spot here, under here, and then up under there. So I think we need about this much. Looking for my little scissors. Here they are. So I think what I'll do is I will glue this down to my fabric, just like that, and then this down to the pocket. This pocket is also hiding upside down sewing machines, because I printed on the wrong side because I shrunk them down and then I flipped them, and because I had shrunk them down, it had, let me trim a little bit of this off, it had turned my page. Those of you that that do much printing and you've shrunk your digitals down, so I wasn't paying attention, and I put them in my machine, the printer. So we're gonna have a little tuck spot in here. Actually, I need to do this. A little glue at the bottom. As though they were full-size pages. If any of you understand what I mean by that. So let's put it this way, I screwed up. All right, I want to put a flat fabric flip in here somewhere, so it might be in the second signature. Let me just see a good page for that. A little tuck spot there. I'm going to do it in the other signature, on the parchment paper. Let me put this aside for a minute, just so you can see how I do this. And see, some of these things are going to need to be reinforced. I like that. All right, let me grab my fabric here. I just want to see. I'm thinking maybe even on this dot grid paper. This little fabric flip right here. So it's too wide. So I'm going to just rip this right down. And right across, and I'll glue it, and then I'll go back and I'll sew it after. And then I'm gonna add a little trim at the top here. Okay, so we'll have a little fabric flip here. Better check my time. Okay, so see this little thread spool here? I have this, and I also have another one. Let me see, I have another one. It says thread. I like that. Oh, here we go. This one. So I think I'll do that, and I want to add a little something under it. Thinking maybe just a little cheesecloth. Looking in my scrap. Got this little cotton fabric. I'm thinking I might do a little, either a little fabric ribbon or just take a little piece of this right here and get all the strings out. I think maybe just kind of come in and just dirty up around it a little bit. There we go. That's cute. So let me put this on there first and then we'll position it. You know what else would, hey, before I do that, I'm thinking, let me grab some of my metallic thread. Here's a little gold. Or, you know what, just some, let me grab this brown thread, chocolate. Let me check my time. All right, I'm gonna have to stop after this. And then we'll come back and we'll do some more. I'm thinking I'm going to, this is what I'm thinking, who knows? All right, let's take this and I'm just going to twist it in the middle, glue this down, and then I'm going to spread apart these threads. There we go. I'll show you this finished here in a sec. Yeah, just kind of have that hanging. Just kind of have the threads hanging there. So we got the little embellishment on that. And I think with that, I'm going to keep working. And I found this, so this is fun. You know what, let's add one of these on here right now. On one of the blank pages. Maybe right on here. Come in and probably ink this. Come around and ink the whole thing and then add either the sewing machine or the dress form. I cut into the scissors, so, and I think I've had these for so long. I think this is a sticker. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna have to work at getting this off. You can see I've got strings hanging from my glue on my, see if I can get this all off. It's been in my stash for a long time. I kind of just found it. Doesn't look like it's gonna, oh, okay. Huh. It's not really, it's not cut out very good, is it? Let's just go like this. There. And then I'll ink around that. Okay, with that, guys, I'll be back for part 5. That's probably going to be about a 6-7 part series. So, all right, thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.